Well, hello. Nice to see you all. Happy fucking Monday. Just in case you haven't recognized this neighborhood, I wanted you all to know that I've moved in. It's that haunted house, the one with all the vines growing on it. Has that little garage that looks like a trailer. Well, that's where I live. Actually, it's more of a prepper bunker-style basement. But there is a house on top, and it's haunted. Yeah, every night. Every night I hear voices, footsteps, and lights get turned on and off. I hear silverware clattering in the drawer all the time. And sometimes a knife or two will end up on the floor. That's not that creepy, really. Yeah. Strangest, scariest, though, maybe even a little sexy experience that I've ever had was the very first night, a few days ago, that I spent in the house. I wasn't even finished moving in. There were Amazon boxes everywhere. I was laying down on an old futon mattress, watching a video on my phone, when suddenly I get these pins and needles. You know that feeling, your feet falling asleep. Except it wasn't on my feet. It felt like fingers giving me a massage. And I was freaked out. But it felt good, so I said, thank you very much, and good night. And then I turned off my light, tried to sleep. Eventually I passed out. And when I woke up, my closet door was open. Survival gear and clothing was on the floor. But other than that, everything was untouched. I guess whoever my unseen roommate is, it just wanted to check out who I was on my first night. At least, can't complain. I'm not entirely alone in this goddamn fucking apocalypse.
I beat China all the time. When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. The big lie, Obamacare. $5 billion we spent at a website. I hire people. They do a website. It costs me $3. Are you running? Are you not running? I am officially running for President of the United States. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid. I like China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million.
They are safe as long as they
somebody from China. They have bridges that make the George Washington Bridge look like small potatoes. I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I'm really rich. I love the Saudis. Many are in this building. Obama, a year ago, Yemen was a great victory. 2 weeks later, the place was blown up. We're dying. We're dying. We need money. Thank you, darling. But Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. That's true. But actually, I am. I think I am a nice person. We have losers. We have losers. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump. We won't be using a man like Secretary Kerry, goes into a bicycle race at 72 years old and falls and breaks his leg. I won't be doing that. The American dream is dead.
Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered. That is their primary method of survival. Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedated.
The American dream is dead. I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've got one that can see.
Guess what I don't like? The smell of. Have you ever seen The Exorcist? You know the scene where they walk in the room and she's killed the priest? She's in the corner just rocking on. It's a documentary. The Exorcist. It's about someone who's taken a shit. Now, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter, had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon the two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My father was my uncle because he was... No. I just wrote this one before I came down here. My daughter was my mother because she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, that also made him the brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. My father's wife then had a son and kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because she is my wife and my grandmother too. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I am her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband to my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Don't be afraid, sing along now. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Working the bugs out of that one. Thank you. Thank you. What a fantastic room this is. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much. No encore, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. One more. All right. We'll do one more. Did you ever catch your parents having sex? Yeah? What was that like? Was it I mean, awful, but normal awful, right? What was it? 2 people under covers, you know you're not supposed to be in there, you back out. 4 years later, you go, oh, right? Or what? Something like that? That's normal. That's what happened. You go and you see, you're like, what? I don't know why I shouldn't be in here. I'm 7. But I know I shouldn't. Right? Yeah. Maybe 5 years later, 12 years old, you go, oh. That's it. That's normal. That's not what happened to us. No, we fucked up. It's bad. We really screwed up. I don't know what we were thinking. It was like, you know that like once a year thing you do where you like wake up ashamed, you know, like if you're in a long-term thing where you wake up, you're like looking in the mirror, like, who do you think you are? What were you doing? That thing where it's just like loud and it's horrible and disgusting. And I don't know what we were thinking. Lights on. Screaming. I mean, it's happening. You just hear like, Mom, are you okay? Where you just snap back into reality. Like, no more pirate ship. You're at your womb. You're in your bedroom. Ah! What are you? Ah! Then the doorknob turns. So what I jump off, put the covers over my head. I go, deal with it. This is the right thing to do. I don't feel bad about doing that. You understand? I can't afford to lose any ground with this guy. He loves Mom way more than me. Like he only recently stopped. Like he'd come in when he's really little. He'd come in the bedroom in the morning, crawl over my face to give her a hug, put his knee in my mouth just to give her a good morning hug, and then look at me. And I even had a song about it in the morning. It was Third Wheel Morning. I'd sing about it. He would sit there and he wouldn't know what I was talking about. I go, third wheel morning. Someday you're going to look at pictures of me after I'm dead and realize I was the fun one. Third wheel morning. And he'd go, look, Mother, he's entertaining us again. Oh, Mother, let's keep him. No, I'm not losing any ground. I jumped off. I go, deal with it. He comes in. This is what he did. He goes, what was that about? He started imitating her. I panicked. I go, what? Your mother hurt her wrist. That's a panicking man. You know those wrist injuries that are going around. He goes, well, can I see it? Are you okay? I go, get out of here! You get the hell out of here! So yeah, he's gonna remember that someday. It's not right. Seriously, I was like, he's my little baby boy. I'm passing him in the hallway. We're going like, oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm uncomfortable. It's like I asked out a coworker.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy. Why?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. My name is Andy, by sound of applause, who's ever been on the internet.
Hello and welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. By sound of applause, who had a week this week? A few of you. I said applause, not roots. There it is. There it is. Clap at home, audience. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our 592nd Monday Night Comedy Show, or as the Romans like to call it, DXCII. I had to look that up. It's true. My name is Andrew James. I am your host for the Monday Night Comedy Show, a show that's been going on for 13 long years, since the aughts, since we were very young, since before the Obama administration. I don't know why I was expecting a response. We are live in nanotako Studios in beautiful North Minneapolis. We're woohoo indeed. If you go on 94 and you hit Lowry, where that Burger King is, and go on 2nd, you'll find us. But we won't let you in because we're observing social distancing, and we wear masks when we're not performing. But when we are performing, we look like this. You can see our mouths and the whites of our eyes.
Your mask covers the whites of your eyes? You're not allowed!
First, everyone, I don't know how masks work, but you know what? I do know how my heart works, and my heart beats for the Monday Night Comedy Show. And whilst it beats, it asks you humbly, please comment throughout the show. And if comments get lulled, Kruger, what did you say? Fight.
Boy, Andy, you sure are good at the old mystery and things. If things get boring in the comments, we have a plan.
I don't know if you can hear this. I'm going to unmute his mic. What'd you say?
If things get boring in the comments, we have a plan. You also did not unmute my mic.
Well, I did, but Kat muted you.
No.
Yeah.
If things get boring in the chat, we have a plan.
What's your plan? Well, it's muted again. I didn't do it.
I did, because I was going to move on.
Good, fine. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters, ladies and gentlemen. Who is commenting right now? Mercy Victor. I muted we have a troll in the audience tonight. Their name is Mercy Victor. They're delightful people, but they are trolls. I told Mercy, you can only make fun of me during the Monday Night Comedy Show. Who knows if they will follow the rules. There's lots of people. Nanotako, says Jeffrey. It's pronounced nanotako.com. It's a studio, an audiovisual studio in North Minneapolis is where we lay our scene, Fair Verona. And all you need to know is that you can go to nanotako.com, you can bookmark that page, and you can see everything that Nanotako has to offer, be it this show on Monday nights or anything throughout the week. My God, the possibilities are endless, and you are worth it. So why don't you check it out? You can also like them on Facebook. Just look up nanotako.com and just click on the little I like it, And, I'm not going to say that your life will be perfect, but it'll be improved markedly. What's next? More trolls. I'm not making fun of anyone. Fun is overrated. Oh, well, all right. His positivity is endless. My God. Speaking of positivity, let's meet some people, shall we? We have a fantastic show. We have 3 people streaming in from various parts of the country, not the least of which is something called Fairbanks, Alaska, where Michael SHAEFFER is coming from. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. Am I coming through? Brand new microphone and headphone here.
I have my headphones in. Good. I'm going to assume you said nice things about my hair. And opposite, at the polar opposite, because I don't know directions, because I'm no cartographer, said my daddy, is CECE HEXE from Long Island, New York. Woo!
Thanks for having me.
It's a lengthy island in New York. Who else? We from just shy of St. Cloud, Minnesota, is Matt Doima.
Hey.
I should want to put my headphones in.
It's not about the length of the island; it's the width.
It's so narrow. It's so
not?
narrow.
It's okay. It's one of the Pencil Islands.
And also,
you got a delay. Excellent. So, we have I'm just now talking about St. Cloud, Minnesota. Anyway, enough of them. I don't know if you guys can hear me. There is a bit of a lag on my computer viewing thing, but that's okay because we're going to move on. But the most important part of the show next to the comedy is the reading. We have a program here at the Monday Night Comedy Show called the Monday Night Comedy Show Book Club. It's like any book club you might be a member of, where you read a page a week, and then after many years of reading the same book, you meet and have a discussion, usually surrounded by boxed wine. I like chillable red. Some people might like, you know, something else, some other.
Whites because they're lighter and they don't upset my stomach as much.
Like, would you accept a pink?
Oh, I love pinks.
Pink's in. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So when we finish this book,
So
in 3 years, we will get you a box of you know, some sort of blush.
Yeah.
And I will, I'm going to get my chillable red. It's going to be fantastic. We're, of course, reading the Full House version. Boy, this is, apparently our green screen likes to. Anyway, Full House, Stephanie, Picture Me Famous. If you haven't been joining us for the last few weeks, we are on page 17. We've been doing this for 17 weeks. We read one page a week, and then we'll discuss it. We'll discuss the themes, the you know, the characters, the plots, the subplots, should there be any. And we'll just basically, not only are we going to learn about Stephanie, but we're going to learn more about each other, and most of all ourselves. So here to read page 17, I would like everyone in the studio and on the internet to clap for the celebrity reader tonight, Kat Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you, everybody. This is Full House, Stephanie. That's based on the hit TV series. Are you ready? Picture Me Famous, page 17. Don't remind me, Stephanie moaned. You know him, always saying, I'm going to be a famous writer someday. It's only one bad grade, Allie said hopefully. I can hear your dad now, Darcy said. One bad grade is too many. Darcy, is this supposed to be making me feel better? Stephanie asked.
Oops, sorry, Darcy said. Well, good luck, Allie said. Darcy squeezed Stephanie's arm, calming tonight and grounded. Grounded? Stephanie shouted after her. Get ready! Sometimes Darcy had a way of
saying the very worst thing when she was trying to cheer you up.
Stephanie felt a little guilty as she watched her friend walk away. She hadn't told the whole truth about the English grade. It wasn't only her father who would be disappointed. Stephanie herself had often dreamed of becoming a famous writer. She often pictured herself walking into a bookstore and naming letters on the cover of a best-selling novel. But a C+
made it kind of hard to keep imagining it.
Maybe I'm not
really cut out to be a writer after all, Stephanie said to herself as she made her.
Oh my God.
Cliffhanger.
My God, it was a cliffhanger. Everybody freak out for Kat Morgan. Kat Morgan, reading page 17. And Kat, if you wouldn't mind coming over here, I'm going to put on my mask and I'm going to do this. Kat, on behalf of the Monday Night Comedy Show, we would like to give you this suitable for framing certificate for reading page 17
God.
Picture Me Famous.
I'm so surprised. Thank you so much on behalf of all of my, everybody. Thank you, Mom. I love you. This is for you.
It's for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mom.
Reading is, of course, fundamental, and Kat put the fun back into it. So if you'd like to read the Monday Night Comedy Show Book Club book, folks, all it takes is literally a private message on Facebook or a public message on Facebook, a text, because my cell phone rhymes with 612-296-650. What's the last digit? It's anyone's guess, but it's really 0. Anyway, we're going to keep moving on with the show. No one will actually call me or text me. I say that now. We've done away with a very important bit at the Monday Night Comedy Show where J Money the motherfucking Hawk Cacaw shoots me with a Nerf gun every time I accidentally say ladies and gentlemen. Now I may or may not slip and say ladies and gentlemen instead of being more inclusive. I'm going to try Friends of the Internet or Monday Night Comedy Show Rangers, just Monday Night Rangers. and then Sister Christian plays in the back of your head, which is always funny to me. But we've done away with this because it didn't play well on screen, and mostly the Nerf guns jammed when we needed them the most. So, and also one hit me in the eye last week and it really hurt. So we're changing it. So I'm going to do my very best. After 13 years of learned behavior, I'm trying to unlearn, just like that the movie Higher Learning, which is pretty much exactly the same thing. Don't bother IMDbing it. Folks, we have a guest here, a local comic in the Twin Cities. First time at the online version of the Monday Night Comedy Show here in studio in nanotakostudios.com in North Minneapolis. And come on. What?
What about the Bitter Baker?
Because we got to get better fonts. I blame myself. I'm sorry. I fucked up again. Sorry, Casey.
Where's the Nerf gun?
I was getting too quick with it.
We're just batting 1,000 here at the Monday Night Comedy Show, and it's all me. Hey, guess who thought after 591 shows they'd be better? I thought that was a spoiler. Did you crack that Da Vinci Code? Because I'm an idiot and I apologize. We have a video to show right at the top of the show. We have 2 videos tonight. One that I'm excited. I was excited. Now I'm just embarrassed. Episode 7 of The Bitter Baker. It's called Thanksgiving Trifling Ass Tiramisu, and it's done by Tiramisu. What? Get on the mic if you're going to make fun of me. With friends like these.
You didn't do a comedy show for 13 years.
That's true.
That's bad luck.
That's true. It is bad luck. Anyway, I apologize. We're showing you a video. It's called The Bitter Baker. We have been lucky enough to secure all of the episodes available online. Please go on Facebook, like The Bitter Baker. Go to YouTube, subscribe to The Bitter Baker, and you can get all the notifications for all the new videos, which happen usually once every 2 or 3 weeks. They're fantastic and really well done by Tiffany Norton and company. Put your hands together, everyone, for The Bitter Baker, Episode 7, Thanksgiving Trifling Ass Tiramisu.
Hey, and welcome back to The Bitter Baker. I just found out that for Thanksgiving this year, I'm going to be seated at the kids' table again. So I'm making a special dessert for my table only, a traditional Italian tiramisu trifle for my trifling ass aunties. So for this recipe, we're going to need, obviously, several ingredients. We've got chocolate, sugar, cocoa, mascarpone cheese, whipping cream, egg yolks, lady fingers, and some coffee with Kahlua. Now, normally for this recipe, you would use a red spiced wine with your coffee mixture. However, I can't get it because I was recently banned from my neighborhood Total Wine because my girlfriend got day drunk, white girl wasted, and attempted to Winona Ryder a Riesling in my presence. So now I have to shop at a place called the Liquor Vault. We're going to combine our 6 egg yolks and our sugar on top of a double boiler. We're going to reduce that heat to low, cook for about 10 minutes, stirring constantly. We're going to remove it from the heat. Now we're going to add our mascarpone cheese to the whipped egg yolks. We're going to beat that until combined. In a separate bowl, we're going to whip our whipped cream into stiff peaks and gently fold that into our egg mixture. Then we're going to split the lady fingers in half and line the bottom and sides of a large glass bowl. I did check the expiration date on them, and it was a couple months ago, but I think it's fine. So here's the fun part. And that's why I'm so fond of this recipe for children. It incorporates coffee and booze. I want them to be a little bit buzzed, but I want them to stay up all night annoying their parents. So I'm going to add a little Kahlua right here. A little coffee. We're going to brush with our coffee liqueur, and we're going to half the cream filling over the lady fingers. Now I'm going to sift some unsweetened cocoa on top and chocolate curls and refrigerate this overnight. Our tiramisu truffle is done. Hopefully this sends the right message. Don't put me at the kids' table anymore. Put me at the adults' table. Otherwise, I'm just going to give the kids shots of Jack Daniels and handguns. Don't forget, tune in next time on The Bitter Baker when we make Guess Who Didn't Make Parole Popovers for one of my relatives. See you soon.
It was still playing. I was still listening to the thing. None of this matters. Everything is broken in my head. I'm going to be the undoing of this show. Me. No one else. God damn it.
Andrew Bertelson started this show, and Andrew Bertelson's gonna end
you might ask, why are you dressed like Meatloaf tonight, Andy? I got this new suit jacket at the Goodwill, and apparently it's not black; it's very dark blue. I had this vetted through many people, and most of my wardrobe just is black. And apparently you can't wear black with dark blue, or else I don't know, something about Labor Day. It doesn't matter, but that's why I'm wearing this shirt that I never wear. You don't really care. If you do care in the comments, and remember that you can tip the comics that you see tonight via Venmo.com / Monday Night Comedy Show. You don't have to. It's never required. But if you do have the means in these trying times, what better way to say had a great time than tipping your next comic $150,000 so he can put another addition to his house. Finally, after much ado and much foibles on my part, which I take complete credit for, even though Kruger helped.
Sure, yeah. I'll take some blame if we can keep it moving.
Friends of, I wish that was mic'd and they could hear, but you know what? Every time you say something, just unmic your, folks. Thank you, Jeff. The technical term is unmute yourself, but of course, I feel like I'm on fire. It's very hot. Speaking of hot, your next comic, I'm just going to talk about his looks. Thank God, he's more attractive than me in literally every sense of the word. Put your hands together for the very funny Mr. Casey Flesh, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to nanotako Studios.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I'm here. This is fun. Wearing this mask makes me feel like I'm shooting like an Al Qaeda video or something. This is great. Thank you all for coming. I'm gonna have notes because this is like my 4th show in 6 months. So deal with it. I don't know. Y'all ready for the Civil War? Like you getting fired up? Also, by the way, if anybody wants to just talk and blurt out during my set, please do, because I don't care. And I welcome it. Actually, I enjoy it. So, yeah, I've been running a lot to lose weight because I realized I got to get in shape for that Civil War, because I was at the protests and I got gassed like 3 times by the same dude. So I realized I got to be a little bit faster. This fucking asshole just kept chasing me down like. So I've been running a lot. I lost a lot of weight. I lost enough weight to go down 3 belt notches and a watch notch. That's, yeah. You know how much weight you got to lose to go down a watch notch? It's outrageous. Let's see what else we got here. That was the only thing I wrote over the entire summer. Was a 2-line burner of a joke. What's funny is I think it's really funny when women call themselves mama, when it's like, hey, why don't you come over and bring snacks because mama's hungry. I think that's hilarious, but it sucks that I can't do the same thing because I'm a fucking creep if I'm like, hey, why don't you come over and bring snacks because daddy's hungry. That's not a good thing to say, I think. I don't know. It sounds gross to me. Okay, well, I'll just go into this joke, I guess. One time I was delivering a woman some sex, right? And out of nowhere, dude, out of nowhere, this lady just goes, she's just like, ooh, daddy. I'm like, what? You can't call me daddy, right? I'm wearing a condom. That's not how it works. And then, if that's your thing, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, right? If that's your thing, if you want to call somebody daddy during sex, go ahead. But it made me feel a little weird, right? So we had to compromise and decide that she couldn't call me daddy. So we decided that she could call me uncle, right? Right? That's terrible. That's even worse, right? Because now every time we have sex, it feels like I'm bullying her, right? If I'm just like, say uncle. Anyway, the condom broke, so we're back to daddy. And you know what's kind of funny is I dated a woman a while ago who she worked in a salon, and she would always bring home like a bunch of shampoo samples and stuff for me now. And she brought me so many that I'm still using them. We broke up like a year and a half ago, and I still have all these shampoo things. So like every time I'm in the shower washing my hair, I'm like reminded of her, right? Because I grabbed the shampoo, which is fine. It's no big deal. It doesn't make me sad or anything. But last week I ran into her and didn't really know what to say, and I just panicked and was like, "Hey, I think about you in the shower." Did not go over well. All right, so that was about all the longer jokes I want to do. I have a little podcast thing, they're called podcasts, where me and a fellow comic, Joe Christensen, pretty funny. He's all right. We write one-liners on our podcast, and we share those on there. So I got a bunch of those that I'm just going to read for you. And if anybody has anything to say after them, feel free, just chime in, because this is a workshop. Tag my jokes for me, please. Don't make me work. All right. Well, I mean, they're bad. Also, they're real bad. Just so y'all know, like, they're going to be terrible. Like, here's one. When you think about it, all hats should be called top hats. They go on top. It is true. It's very true. I have to watch scary movies with the lights on, because my light switch is broken. I can't afford to fix it. Okay, that's even worse. That's the worst one I think I have on here. No, there's going to be way worse. The thing I miss most about kindergarten is the naps, right? Yeah, because nowadays, if I try to take a nap, they just yell at me to get out of the classroom. All right, that's... People collect stamps because they have like cool designs and stuff. They're worth a little bit of money. I collect stamps because I like licking paper. Do I need to buy more postage to mail someone my stamp collection? That's all of my stamp jokes for the day, I think. I don't understand juice cleanses. These people who do those juice cleanses. It's like, I'm pretty sure the juice is already clean when they bottle it, right? Nobody's out there bottling dirty juice. I just want to say dirty juice into a microphone. Dirty juice. That might have been, Andy, was that like your nickname in high school or something? Dirty juice. I'm thinking of getting murdered so I can be on a true crime podcast. Oh, this is a good one. I got into trouble during Little League when they told me to go to second base, and I grabbed my coach's boobs. He was pissed. I just had to move home with my parents, and it's tough, especially after their dog died, because now I don't have anybody to blame for the puddles of urine in the corners. Hey, mowing a lawn, it's kind of like giving the earth a haircut, right? Unless you're on the equator, then it's like trimming its pubes. That's not... I'm not proud of that one. I saw a sign for a moving sale, and I'm like, how am I going to find it if it's always moving? All right. Oh, I thought that one would have done better. Fuck you guys. You fucking assholes. That's like one of my favorite ones. And y'all just like, nah, I'm just going to look at my shoes for that one. All right, whatever. Speaking of shoes, I never wear nice clothes, like the only time I ever hear the word cardigan is when they tell me to swipe my cardigan. I'm going to sit in that silence for that one. I like that one. But this is a fun fact. Today is actually my half birthday, right? It's pretty crazy to think my bottom half is older than my upper half. I came out backwards. It's with a heavy heart that I announce I am heading to the hospital for heart shrinking surgery. That was hard to say. I almost stumbled over that one. I'm doing great though. I am. Thank you so much. I'm killing it up here. It's unbelievable how good I'm doing. Hey, if dogs are supposed to be man's best friend, then how come mine never bails me out of jail?
No.
Speaking of dogs, transition. People do like baby talk to dogs, and I think that's stupid, right? Because you're like, oh, who's a good little boy? And the dog's like, dude, I'm fucking 56. Like, what? Page 2. How are we doing on time? Oh, shit. Okay. I wrote like 25 jokes for this. This is a bad one. I only eat cage-free chickens, because I can't fit my hands in those tiny cages. I really cram them in there. I found out my shampoo has caffeine in it. Yeah, now I'm wide awake and my mouth tastes like bubbles. God, you guys like the weirdest ones. Like, yeah, I have actually. You're right. I should have thought about it a little bit more. I got all my Christmas shopping done in July. All I had to do was murder my family. Okay. I was at the store. I saw these things, navel oranges, right? Navel oranges at the store. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's next? National Guard nectarines? They're only good 2 weeks a year. That's pretty good. I like that one. All right, I got a couple more, and then I got to get out of here because I'm busy. I heard about this magician who lost his job at the butcher shop, right? He kept putting the cows back together. That's what that deserved. No, you're all right. Ooh, which one should I do? I got 2 left. Which one should I do? 1 or 2 first? 2? Okay. I gave my seat to an elderly woman on the bus, right? Nice thing to do. Then she got mad at me because I tried to sit on her lap. It's like, what? It's not my fault. She looked like Santa. You're right. I'm glad we did that one because I couldn't leave on that one. This one's gonna be better. I know y'all are gonna love this one. My church youth group used to have dances, and then when we would dance with each other, they would be like, now remember to leave room for the Lord when you're dancing. And I'm like, man, that just makes the Lord sound like a creep wanting to dance in between all these kids. Oh, fuck off, you fucking asshole. That's a brilliant joke. I'm getting out of here. You guys are assholes. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Oh! Give it up for Casey Flesh, ladies and gentlemen. Come here. That's Casey Flesh. Yes, Mark, keep it going, studio.
No, it's fine.
Come on. Woo! Casey, you got some awesome comments during your set. First, a real one from M. Erickson. Holy shit, I missed watching that.
A lot of people miss me. I get it.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah. Read the mean one.
Cat Stout, or Cat Morgan, who's literally sitting 20 feet away, says, and we groan.
Yes.
And Jeffrey says, dry. And then he follows it up with funny. So,
I don't know.
A lot of funny, but also Jeffrey says, I have an 8-ball of Coke for sale. Call now. I think that's a marketplace kind of thing. It has no business.
Just send it over on Venmo, dude.
Can you Venmo Coke? That's a great idea.
Why not? Every other transaction is public.
You did mention Joe Christensen. Joe Christensen does the Joe Quest 200 podcast with you, and he just finished up a month-long run of just all new material. A lot of one-liners that he must have workshopped on your podcast, but just a powerhouse, and is an inspiration to all comics who want to do the Monday Night Comedy Show or just any comics in this community. Such a fantastic job. We are trying desperately to find a replacement for him because we thought, 6 months of Joe Christensen is enough for anyone. He now has 130 weeks of material that he's
dude, that guy, when we record our podcast, he pulls out these stacks of notes. He has thousands of jokes. Thousands. He's crazy. He doesn't have any friends, is what it is.
But we are, as a result of Joe, we are bringing back the Monday Night Comedy Show Comic in Residence program, and we kind of tweaked it a little bit. So we are taking applications. By applications, I mean private messages to the show saying, hey, I want to do this. You do 4 weeks of in-studio, all new material each week, 4 weeks of streaming all new material, and then we'll have you back in the studio to show us your polished turds, as it were. If you want to be motivated to write, what better way than having to do it weekly? We don't have a bar where you could write immediately before you go on stage anymore. So you actually have to do the footwork and put in the effort to write material. But if you get stuck, just message Joe and they can help you. Or just watch
talk to us.
Listen to Joe 200 podcast. You have a Facebook page that they can like.
Yeah. And an inactive Instagram page. So check that out. We've got like 30 episodes, so you can kill a day or two.
So once again, Joe Quest 200. And if you had a good time watching Casey, tip via Venmo, and we'll make sure that
please God, give me money.
Venmo the Venmo that you Venmoed us to Venmo him, and then we all Venmo together, and someone gets hurt, but years later we meet up again, and we've both grown, and as people, I'm projecting. Who is next? That's a good question. From St. Cloud-ish, Minnesota. I forget the actual name of the town where our next comic is from.
Doesn't matter.
He's also a member of a fantastic podcast that we'll talk about after his set. Put your hands together, everyone on the internet and in the studio, for Mr. Matt Doima!
Hey! How are we doing? I missed.
I have that same shirt, Matt. I have that same shirt.
Is it St. John's Bay?
I think it might be.
Did you buy it at JCPenney's on clearance like 2 years ago?
No, I think Kmart, but I think they were owned by the same people.
Possibly.
I don't know. I got mine at the Kmart on Lake Street. That is no more. So
we need to start sharing clothes, Andy, so that way you're not wearing navy blue and white when you host. We can do a clothes exchange. We're pretty close in size.
I am 3 times the man that you are, and I mean that only because I'm fat. So,
it's okay.
Thank you for being nice to me. Everybody clap for Matt being nice to me. And listen to what he has to say. Matt, take it away.
Hey. So as some of you know and some of you don't, I was a last-minute addition to the Monday Night Comedy Show this week. They actually tapped me this afternoon to come on and do a set. And it's good to know the Monday Night Comedy Show views me like most of my dates in high school, that I'm a great, safe backup in case things don't go right. And I probably don't have anything going on.
Oh.
That's it. Honestly, though, I've been there for you for a long time, Monday Night Comedy Show. I've always been there. I feel like we could have a bigger commitment. I could get out of the friend zone is what I'm trying to say is, I've been waiting patiently in the wings, just looking as far as you date the quarterback. I did theater, and I'm sorry, just a lot of emotions are coming out of me this evening. I apologize. I'm actually really happy, you guys. I don't know if you guys read about this, but they're saying that THC and increased vitamin D can actually help fight the negative effects of COVID. They're saying that actually could help against like some of the deadlier aspects of it. And that's great because I am excited that joints and mozzarella sticks are the cure. Like it's about time that we accept this in the medical community. We have celebrities dropping off left and right, but you know who's not having problems with COVID? Willie Nelson and Tommy Chong. They're doing quite well. So I think we need to study them for science, and I will gladly be that guinea pig that they're for that COVID cure. Do you know who really has to be hating this though? The lockdowns, the increase having to do online shows like this. It's the NSA. they have to hate this, because those proud perverts got into the government work so that they could watch a Kenosha couple use a cock ring for the first time. And now they have to sit and watch some third grade classroom or a comedy show where an obvious lumbersexual is talking about his love of cannabis and Colby Jack. They're like, we got into this service to watch terrorists, drug dealers, and double-sided marital aids. Okay? They're before the whole lockdown, they were just watching the leader of the free world get pissed on by prostitutes. Now they have to watch someone say their goodbyes from a hospital.
Oh, wow. Ow.
Yeah. But, those virtuous voyeurs, though, they were there for us, But I got to say, people even before this, do any of you cover your camera on your phone or your laptop? Do any of you do that? Because you shouldn't. Don't. Make the NSA earn their money. That is what I'm telling you. Pick a name, too. Find a name. I just say Steve. Every time I look at the camera, I'm like, hi, Steve. And I tell him about my day. And then Lance Boyles, or let a hemorrhoid come and go over 30 days where I take stills just right down there. And I talk to Steve the whole time while I'm doing it. Because my goal in life is to make someone question how much they need their job. I can't do this anymore, sir. He's been masturbating to gilf porn for the last 3 weeks. I can't do it. You think the NSA is scary. It's really scary? And they're listening. Facebook and Google. Both of them are terrifying. Like last January, I was in Las Vegas, and I had just eaten a 50 milligram weed gummy because I was in Vegas. And I, walking around looking at the lights, and I decide I'm going to check my phone, go on Facebook, and the first thing I see is an advertisement for the Las Vegas emergency room. It says, whatever happens here stays here. I went, by the way, it's the only place with the best odds to walk out with your ass in Vegas. So it's good. Also, though, Facebook always is trying to get me to watch tasty videos. Do you guys know about tasty?
No. What is it?
Oh, it's food porn. It is food porn. They try to, they for a longest time, they were trying Matt, you're going to love this advertisement. You're going to love it. And it was for a Reese's burrito. And it starts out, and it's this impossibly large tortilla, like the size of a hubcap. And they spread Nutella on the whole thing. And at first I'm like, I'm cool with that. It's kind of like a white trash crepe. That's my speed. And then they decide to put a layer of marshmallow fluff on top of that. And I'm still there. I'm still with it. Remember, there's dairy in that and some THC. I'm going to prevent the COVID. And then on top of that, they then decide to put a layer of Reese's peanut butter, Reese's Puff cereal, Reese's Pieces, and chunks of Reese's peanut butter cup. And then they grilled it. Unnecessary, but still, they grilled the Reese's burrito, and they put it, and then they cut it open, and they poured Hershey's chocolate and powdered sugar on top of all of it. And it just made me think, man, Facebook must really own a lot of stock in insulin. They know a lot about me. They're just like, listen, if we can just push him over the edge, we've got a customer for life, baby. Just, yeah, he's talking about smoking weed on a comedy show. Recently got told that I have dad bod energy, which is kind of disappointing since I don't have children.
Oh.
No, how do you earn that? But at the same time, if you're like a dad and you have a regular body, are you offended by your lack of representation? No, it's all Fred Flintstone and King of Queens. That's everyone thinks of dad bod. That's a new one. I'm still kind of hurt from that. I'll finish on this because we're talking about clothing. Andy and I were talking about clothing earlier. I'm trying to buy better clothes as I'm a big guy. I'm trying to be more fashionable. But it's tough. It's tough to be fashionable. Because you have to try to order online. And if you don't put a safe search on, you can find some very things because it's websites like King Size Direct and Casual Mail XL. And these are sites you'd assume you'd see naked photos of guys that look like me. So just put a safe search on, and you too can look like the guy in the brawny paper towels. That's been it. I've been Matt Doima. Thank you so much, everybody.
Woo! Doima! Everybody clap! Everybody clap! Woo! Everybody clap! Matt Doima. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. How'd you feel about that set?
It was a last minute one.
Fuck you, it was fun.
Yes, it was. It was a great one, of course.
We enjoyed it.
Please remind me the city that you live in. It's not St. Cloud, but it is.
I live in Waite Park, Minnesota.
Waite Park. Sounds made up, but okay. Waite Park.
I've been there.
Kruger, you've been everywhere, man.
I had to take down trash everywhere.
World traveler. Here's some comments on your particular set. They're questionable. They're kind of weird. First off, tasty is clickbait food porn, of course.
Yes.
But Jeffrey said, of course, shave your knot sack. Okay, we're just gonna, I don't know. But Jeffrey also said sexy. I'm pretty sure he means me, but we're gonna give it to you, Matt. And there's some LOLs in here because some people are wholesome and good, and a lot of the claps that when I look at it, they look like baked potatoes. I'm just gonna stand by that.
Look like deformed feet.
They look like feet to you?
Yeah.
It's very telling. It's very telling. Speaking of telling, your next performance, Matt, we're gonna say goodbye to you.
Oh, listen to the Awful Service podcast.
Awful Service podcast. Thank you for reminding me. I have that written down, and I'm sorry I didn't say it out loud. It's a fantastic podcast, especially the episode that I was on.
Mm-hmm.
My niece listened to that podcast and made me come over to her house and watch The Mask because of your podcast. And I saw The Mask, and I was not impressed. All right, moving on to something I am impressed with. What do you mean? Are you a fan of The Mask? All right. That's pretty, but I'm different looking. All right. One day, Matt and I are going to wear that same plaid shirt. It's going to be great, and we're going to sing Beach Boy harmonies, and everybody's going to love us. We're going to start a band. But before we do that, we have our next comic from South Minneapolis. It just so happens she lives in my neighborhood.
I do.
You live by a cemetery.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like to walk through it and pick baby names.
There's some dark headstones there that you wonder, like, what happened to that baby.
Oh, I walk around like I picture myself as part of my 10 minutes. I picture myself at the gravesite. Like, say Theodora Jones died on April 17th, 1892. There's some old graves there. And I just imagine myself there, like April 21st. Say, it takes a couple days. And they're all around the grave, and I just like picture what that was like. That's all. And then I'm like, that's a cute name. Maybe I'll never have.
It's fine.
Maybe. Because it's something broken. It might be. I don't know.
No, you don't want 1879 dead Theodora babies.
No, and honestly, probably wouldn't even pick Theodora. Although a Teddy for a little girl, how fucking cute would that be?
That would be cute.
Who wants to make a baby with me?
Well, before we answer that question, everybody in the studio, everybody on the internet, clap for your next comic, CAROLYN BLOMBERG! CAROLYN BLOMBERG!
Hello. How is everyone?
Excellent.
thank you for answering. I do want some replies here, because it's been a very lonely 6 months. God. But for real, is anything funny? Like, what's the last thing other than in this show that you thought was funny, Brindleson, Andy?
The last time you were here, was it good? I'm not. No, I don't like this show anymore. Haven't in a long time, and it's mostly my fault. It's mostly my fault because I don't like myself. That was dark.
Samesies. God, I don't even like this whole quarantine pandemic shit. I've lost myself entirely. Like, I don't know who I am anymore. Am I a stand-up comedian? I don't fucking know. It's like, be a locksmith. Like, where did that come from? I don't know. I was like, maybe that would be fun. Like, this person now, I'm wearing this shit. Is this who I am now? You get daily existential crises. Yeah. How old were you when you had your first existential crisis? 3. Shut the fuck up. I would say like 9. And I vividly remember just staring at myself in the mirror, like deeply into my pupils, and just like going off into a whole other world. It was really scary. I think I became an atheist that day. Actually, no, I became an atheist this past summer. Clap. I guess it's not that much of a thing to be happy about, but it is, when you've grown up in a very religious home for your whole life and you move back with your religious parents at the age of 34, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really taking a stand. I'm not going to church. I'm like sleeping in, Mom, right? And like, there's a painting of Jesus Christ himself behind of my bed, right? And it's painted a great grandfather, and I masturbate in front of that thing. Not as often as you would think. Last funny thing that I saw was, I believe it was Friday, and I was walking and I saw 3 super buff burly dudes all jammed into the cab of a moving truck, and it was just really cute because they were all like snuggled in together and they were just like big dudes. That made me giggle. The other thing I saw was ice cream trucks. Did you guys catch any of them? I did. They're the cutest little ambulances in the world, aren't they? They're so cute. Let's move on to things that make me angry. Yeah. I am not a fan. Like, bumper stickers, you have to really choose wisely what you want to put on your car, right? Like, it has to be good, like really fucking good. You have to believe it, right? Like, I put my bumper sticker up there because I believe in Bernie Sanders, right? I don't. What's the opposite of I'm happy with? That. But I think people I come on the back of their cars. And I'm like, why? The last time I went to Cub, eating a cockroach. Like, that's not I don't like Cub. I hate my Cub. I was just there recently, and so many people just straight up no masks, and nobody is telling them about. Oh, you guys, we are like, 6 months into this shit? You cannot claim ignorance with your fucking nose hanging out. God! All right. I work in the waiting room at a hospital, and I have to just like babysit people all day. But I have to be really nice about it. I can't be like, put your fucking mask on right, you fucking imbecile. I say like, yeah, if you could just like put your mask on for me just while you're in the hospital. If you could just put it over your nose for me, please. Thanks. You got to drop the G's on all your ing words, Oh, no, nothing. It's nothing. No, it's nothing. If you could just put your mask on, that'd be great. God. People who, there's all these people who are getting off Facebook now. And, honestly, fuck those people. Those people are worse than vegans, right? They will not shut the fuck up about, I haven't been on Facebook in 6 months. I haven't been on Facebook for a year. I got rid of my Facebook entirely. Blah, 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 blah. Like, bitch, we were talking about, I don't know, something not related. You guys, it's been really tough to find anything remotely funny in this fucking world. Damn. But I don't want to leave on that. I think I want to be on Dateline. I think it's the only chance I'll get to ever be on TV. I really do. On Dateline. As the victim, of course. I purposefully put myself in places where I will be a victim. But it hasn't happened yet. I'm just like, knock on wood, you guys. Knock on wood. I'm just gonna find like half of me in a suitcase in the river. God, seriously. It's what I would have wanted. I died doing what I loved, being sawed into multiple pieces. Jesus. Oh, but that's my escape, you guys. True crime is my escape, and it's so fucked up to be like, not revel, that's a terrible word for it, but like escape into someone else's like horrible trauma, right? I miss tragedies that only affect like one or like a couple people, right? Like I miss JonBenet Ramsey type scandals and crimes, you know? It doesn't really affect me, but it's entertaining, you know? God, that's a shitty thing to say. But who cares, right? You know what I want? I want nature shows where the animals get away. Huh? They're like getting all like chased by like a predator, and then it's like so close, but they get away. But do you guys like to get stoned? Yeah. Do you like to watch nature shows while you're stoned? Yeah, but isn't it so traumatic to see like a beautiful, cute little baby seal getting eaten by an orca or something? Yeah, I want him to get away so I can enjoy the rest of my night. Yeah. This little man looks like Mike Nesmith, and I just want to point that out. I really love it. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, no. Yeah. Woo. How much time do I have left? Or am I... I'm sorry, what? I was in the restroom a long time ago, and I was in a bathroom, one of the multi-holer restrooms where I was sitting in a stall next to somebody, and we happened to fart at exactly the same time. Exactly the same time, you guys. I was like, Jinx, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You owe me a Coke. And she was like, what? I was like, never mind. I remember in college, I was in classes, and I went to the restroom again. Happens like every day, and I was in there. My French teacher comes in and she starts yapping at me in French, and she's like, blah, 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 and I'm like, no, je suis pipi, no, hablo pipi. It was super awkward. It was so much more awkward and uncomfortable when my sign language teacher did it, though. I was like, all right, I'm going to call it that. Thank you so much. I'm CAROLYN Blomberg. You guys enjoy the rest of your pandemic.
Hey, CAROLYN Blomberg, everybody! CAROLYN Blomberg, yes. Thank you so much, CAROLYN. Let's keep it going for CAROLYN. Let's grab more.
Yes.
Check out some of the comments. Yeah, all of the comments is great. Hopefully, thank you, Abby, for pointing out that the feedback was rough. Hopefully, we did fix that. If we didn't, then that's okay. Synced farts for the win from David Mutter. And let's see here. Sherry's ex-husband like Naked and
Do
Afraid.
anything about that?
Huh?
What are you watching?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But Sherry did just got out of the hospital last week, still sick, not COVID. Thank God for that. Sherry, we wish you a speedy recovery, of course. And I know there was one up here. A lot of people commenting on your jacket.
Yeah.
Give me your jacket. That's a great jacket.
Thank you.
The host is terrible.
The jacket is, I got the jacket at H&M over the summer, so it might still somewhere be around. Can I tell one more joke?
Hey, folks, one more joke from CAROLYN BLOMBERG. Yes. Yeah.
So much pressure now. I can tell that throughout all the quarantine and stuff that I've gained weight because the timbre of my farts has changed. It's a little lower pitched than it used to be. That's it. All right.
Oh. Once again, CAROLYN BLOMBERG. One more time for her. That is the little people on stage are not the monkeys. They are. I don't know if you guys can see them clearly here, but this is our set decoration tonight, done by Jeff and Carly and Kat and V, and it looks beautiful. And I want to thank them for putting in so much effort on the decorations tonight. They're very beautiful, and we're gonna switch it up next week. You're gonna love it because it's Halloween, folks. It's the month. It's the best month of the year, in my humble opinion. October is the effing best because it leads up to the best holiday of the year. The second best holiday is when our friends release new albums on Stand Up Records. What? That's right, Stand Up Records. It's the local record label that happens to be global. But an album that just came out, country music legend Chris Maddock. You might have watched him the last 2 weeks here at the Monday Night Comedy Show. And it is finally out now. It's only $9.99 to download on Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you get your music, Napster, LimeWire, those things. I'm sure they still exist, but mostly go to Apple Music because we're trying to get our buddy Chris Maddock at the #1 spot for comedy records this week, because being able to say that you are a #1 record on any kind of chart is pretty freaking rad. And if you know Chris Maddock, you know that the album is already good. If you've already downloaded the album, download it again. Spend all the money that you have, Christmas money that you have squirreled away for your children to make them happy. Buy this album instead for your children. It's kid appropriate. There are some suggestive themes, of course, in some of the material, but that's just a talking point between you and your children. So basically, Chris Maddock and Stand Up Records are bringing you and your family together with this album, country music legend Chris Maddock. And also, if you don't buy this album within the next 48 hours, Trump will declare himself king and we'll all die. That's just one alternate reality that we don't want to be a part of. Oh, this just in. We're going to play some Chris Maddock material after the show. So when you think you've had enough Monday Night Comedy Show, stick around because we're going to do a replay of the last 2 weeks of Chris Maddock performing.
Right.
We can do that now that we're at nanotako Studios. Before, when we were in the basement bar in Spring Street Tavern, which, don't get me wrong, it was a lovely place, but here we don't fear for our lives from COVID-19. Instead, we bring our own booze and get absolutely smashed for free. Well, I mean, someone has to pay for it. I steal my booze. I don't. I take a page from Tiffany Norton's friend, and I went over to Ryder it. I was trying to do a callback and it backfired. these are things that usually happen during the Monday Night Comedy Show.
Sometimes I just play along because it's fun for me.
Yeah, my wit is a hindrance. But that's okay. You know whose wit is not a hindrance and who's an absolute delight?
Some dude from Alaska?
Uh-huh. It's called Fairbanks, motherfucker. And you'd think that Fairbanks would be the capital of Seward's Folly, but no. It's just another town. But it's a lovely town that I think he's moving away from pretty soon. But in the meantime, he is our furthest performed comic at the Monday Night Comedy Show from Fairbanks, Alaska, folks. Put your hands together. Everybody, studio, internet, Michael Schaeffer!
All right. Thank you. So I'm rocking this new headset and microphone tonight. Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
Yes.
Am I coming through?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Good to know. I just wanted to make sure so this quality entertainment was reaching the masses. So hello, everyone. Mike Schaeffer from Fairbanks. Lovely introduction. Thank you so much, Andy. I've got a couple slam poems for you tonight. One kind of a timely chestnut, and another one brand new piece that I wrote. So I wanted to kick things off tonight because we have entered the spooky season. I've got a Halloween poem that I like to bust out every year around this time of year. I dig vampires. I get them. I get why they're so cool and badass and seductive. I see why Anne Rice and Stephen King write best-selling novels about them. I get why people buy black capes and fake fangs every Halloween. I know why hipsters flock to the Uptown for midnight showings of The Lost Boys. I do, because vampires are seductive. They're badass. They're cool. But this here's an intervention. My sister, Colleen, is obsessed with a vampire named Edward. And this I cannot abide. This I must fight, because friends don't let friends watch Twilight. And my brother tries to calm me. He says this too shall pass, because vampires are cool. They're seductive. They're badass. But I've seen all the classics at the midnight shows, and I can count on all my fingers and toes the Hollywood actors who have portrayed vampires better than Edward. I shall hire one of these cinematic nocturnes to seduce my sister, seduce her away from Edward in this desperately needed sibling intervention. Kicking off the interview process is Nicolas Cage. He would impress me at first, crooning in his best Elvis Presley tune, "Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel, but love me." But then he would begin to drone on and on and on about the Beatles, and I would have to give Nick a beatdown, just like the one he got in Wild at Heart. Then Paul Rubens would shuffle in, mumble, laugh nervously, fart, and invade my personal space. Eddie Murphy is early for his interview because I assume he needs the work. We waste the better part of an hour improvising alternate lyrics to his hit song, Boogie in the Butt. The ghost of Christopher Lee, looking great for 91 years old, interrupts my lunch break, stating in that deep, rich voice of his, "But Michael, I am not too old to seduce your sister." And his histrionics, while fascinating, concern me. In his dotage, has he convinced himself that he really is a vampire, or an evil wizard, or a dark Sith Lord? The bottom line, the ghost of Christopher Lee is creepy. I host a working lunch at Wendy's with Wesley Snipes. We discuss bad company and how you can't always blame jail time on your friends. My afternoon chat with Kiefer Sutherland goes swimmingly. I discover that both Kiefer and my sister share a fondness for gummy bears and tiramisu. Then I botch the interview by saying, "Isn't it neat how we both have dads who are cooler than us?" Grace Jones is an hour late, and she won't begin the interview until she has a Fresca. She almost beats me at arm wrestling when I decide that I'm just not comfortable hiring a woman to seduce my sister. Salma Hayek shows up and I change my mind. But she insists on doing the whole interview in Spanish. Her intentions are lost in translation. Salma leaves for El Baño when David Bowie's publicist calls. She has the unpleasant task of reminding me that David passed in 2016. She also points out that her client has already appeared in 3 of my previous slam poems, and that perhaps I should give Adrienne Ballou a chance. She's lost her mind. So at this point, I'm worried that I won't find a Hollywood vampire type to wean Sister Colleen from this Robert Pattinson dork. I am desperate. Colleen won't stop talking about him. I am this close to texting Jerry Nelson. Jerry Nelson is the Muppeteer who did the voice for Count Von Count from Sesame Street. Sadly, we lost Jerry Nelson too, but he could have YouTubed the harsh, unblinking, monocled truth. Colleen, the whole Stephanie Meyer series sucks. Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 p.m. on the dot. Brad Pitt shows up driving a rented Prius. And my biggest concern is that after he successfully seduces my sister, he's going to want to adopt her 2 kids, my niece and nephew, and take them all someplace far, far away like Kashmir or Ingolstadt. But he puts me at ease. He appears to be an approachable, down-to-earth guy. We talk about the undeniable sex appeal of Cate Blanchett. Can I get an amen?
Amen!
Yeah. We talk about what a horrible movie Troy was. Can I get an amen?
Amen!
Oh, yeah. We talk about how 12 Monkeys was, in many ways, the opposite of Troy, and how Tom Cruise is kind of a douche. Then Brad does an impression of Christopher Lee even worse than mine. And now I'm thinking, Mr. Pitt will do just fine. He's long been an actor I've admired. I'm inspired. He's hired. I have my secretary. Well, actually, it's one of my dad's secretaries. I told you he was cooler than me. I have Linda cancel the rest of my appointments. She calls Alexander Skarsgård, Gary Oldman, George Hamilton, and Cheech. And in the time it takes my dad's secretary to reach these 4, Brad has done 100 sit-ups and push-ups on the reception room floor because evidently that's how Brad Pitt kills time, prepping for my sister's intervention, getting in the zone, toning up for the moment we both hope will be love at first sight. He will encompass Colleen's thoughts and wash away her twilight.
Woo! Woo!
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So I've got one more bit, and this is brand new. I wrote this on Saturday morning. Saturday was my birthday. I turned 51. I woke up at 5 a.m. with these thoughts in my head, and I wrote this. It's kind of finger on the pulse, timely, and I hope I know I'll find an audience out there for this one. This one is called Hoser. We hold these things to be self-evident. Turn signals are a courtesy we extend to other drivers. Leftover pizza holds up better than leftover sushi. You turn off the stovetop before you go to bed, and you don't randomly sucker punch Rick Moranis in the head. 67-year-old American treasure and former SCTV funny man Rick Moranis was attacked in New York City this past Thursday, wherein a stranger knocked Mr. Moranis to the ground after sucker punching him in the head. Hey, hoser. I don't care if Rick is taking a way too slow stroll around Central Park and some supervisor set your day to ludicrous speed. I don't care if Rick promised you an associate producer title in Brother Bear and, before you knew it, that title was shuffled to associate producer on Brother Bear 2, and when that didn't happen, all he ended up giving you was a used copy of Honey, I Blew Up the Kid on VHS. I don't care if you took your high school sweetheart to see Rick's take on Barney Rubble during a cheap Sunday matinee of the Flintstones back in 1994, when she clearly wanted to go see 4 weddings and a funeral, and it was then that she began to question your taste in movies and her taste in men. I don't care. I don't care if you're Gozer the fucking Gozerian and you've got an issue with how long you've had to wait for a certain keymaster. I order you to cease any and all supernatural activity and return forthwith to your place of origin or to the nearest convenient parallel dimension. I don't care if you also played Seymour Krelborn in your high school's production of Little Shop of Horrors, and Mr. Moranis kindly but firmly denied you an autograph 20 years ago when you spotted him at a Sonic. That's just some tough titty. I don't care if, for some unexplainable reason, you're riding shotgun with Rick Moranis on a road trip through the Great White North, and you are failing to take in the beauty of the Yukon Territory or the joy of his company and this crisp October air, because the last rest stop was 100 kilometers ago and now you got to piss so bad you can taste it, you check that road rage. You bottle up that negativity. You subdue those hurtful urges and save that shit for someone like Kevin Spacey, goddammit. We hold these things to be self-evident. You let fellow travelers exit the airport shuttle before trying to get on. An overflowing shopping cart has no business being in 12 items or less. Prince continues to rock long after he's dead, and you never sucker punch Rick Moranis in the head. Thank you.
Fucking gospel.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Folks, that's Michael Schaeffer live from Fairbanks, Alaska. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. And let me just say, Michael, first off, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
What day is your birthday? Just
it's Saturday, October 3rd, but I got this in the mail. It's a summons to go to jury duty.
Well,
I got that.
That's just Uncle Sam saying you're worth it, man. That's lucky. Enjoy your $3 an hour and box lunch. Another point, 51.
51.
So 51 years old, and you're actively drinking the blood of virgins to not look like a silver fox. What the hell, man? You should have like some temple, what the hell? You look like you're fucking 25. All right, well that's upsetting, and because I'm in my soon to be mid-40s. So, all right, but it is your birthday. It might as well be your birthday, Michael. So even though it's October 3rd, it's now October 5th. 2 days later, we are going to sing the Monday Night Comedy Show Happy Birthday song, which is not Happy Birthday because we are not bougie, basic people. We of course sing Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Oh.
And we even though we've been doing this for almost 10 years, I still haven't bothered learning the lyrics. But please don't sing along. Everyone else, please sing along. We need. Or I'm gonna add Matt Doima to the. He's been playing Xbox this whole time.
And paying attention.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right. All right. Here we go. So everybody, CECE HEXE, we're gonna you sing too. Everybody in the studio. I'm gonna aim my microphone that way. 2, 3, 4. There's a lady who just sits her all the jerseys. She's flying
there's
heaven. That's the part I know. Then she also what? There's a stars are all what blows me. That birthday's meow in heaven. Here's the humming part. Also heaven is stairways climbing up them. Shimon! Michael Schaeffer from Fairbanks, Alaska. It was his birthday 2 days ago. Be sure to get Michael Schaeffer birthday presents for all of your loved ones.
Yep.
Decorate your Michael Schaeffer tree and sit by the hearth and tell Michael Schaeffer stories. As you are wont to do, happy birthday, happy belated.
Thank you.
51st birthday. Michael, my God, you look so good. It's upsetting. You should do Oil of Olay commercials, even if you don't. Wow. I'm not one for physical beauty, but I am one for jealousy. God knows that. And, wow.
You're very kind.
You're not welcome at this show anymore, you good. Please go do comedy shows where they let ugly people. He looks too good. He sold his soul to Satan. I have no life. If Michael Schaeffer's 51. So who's next? I'll tell you who's next. Hang on, let's go solo on me. This 42-year-old looking.
Not a day over 41.
See, I lost the shirt. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. You know what does matter is that your next comic has never done the Monday Night Comedy Show before. And so that being said, I'm if we were in Spring Street, I would be asking Kruger to cue up, some Enya or something, poppy, just like Orinoco Flow or Du Hast, things like that, that are in my wheelhouse. Unfortunately, because we're broadcasting this over the internet, not only can we not play music that we don't own the copyright to, we can't show porn for some reason, which is dumb. What? I know, internet is so stupid. It's like, hey, I'm the internet, I have rules. Blah, you go home, internet. We're gonna watch some weird hentai shit. That's what the Monday Night Comedy Show was actually founded for, is to be able to show really weird and upsetting porn. Sadly, we evolved into a comedy show against our better judgment. But you might notice that I didn't really talk about, we usually have 3 comics in studio here at nanotako, but tonight we have 4. That's right, we have Casey Flesch, we have CAROLYN BLOMBERG, we have our next comic, Tracie RADERMACHER, first time at the Monday Night Comedy Show, and we're happy as hell to have her. Everybody freak out! Start freaking out! And you please.
All right. Check. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. Right on. Well, I'll just jump right into it. I play bass in a metal band. Woo! And the last show we did, I looked out into the crowd and I just locked on this woman. I mean, there was this woman standing in the middle of the mosh pit, and she was doing something out there. But like I say, I was locked on. It was fascinating. Let me just do a little reenactment of what I saw here. So tonight I will be performing the part of our singer, as well as myself, the bass player. And then I'll do this woman for you. So here goes. Reenactment 1. Singer, bassist. And then the woman, she's just standing there and she's taking it all in, and she goes, yeah, that's what I thought too, huh? And she just kept on doing it throughout our whole set, man. And so afterwards, I just dashed off, and I'm like, where is she? And I looked for her everywhere, and I found her on the back wall, just kind of grinding on a speaker cabinet. And I said, hey, woman, what was that all about? And she's like, oh, that. And I'm like, yeah, that. And she said, well, I fell off a stage at a metal concert once, and now, I had a traumatic brain injury, so I'm hypersexualized. And I said, really? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, hypersexualized. And she's like, yes, I just have to get off around metal. And I'm like, you get it, sister. Well, that night I went home and I was looking for something to smash my skull in with, and all I could find is a can of tomato soup. So I was like this, right? Now I can't even eat a grilled cheese without getting off. Get wet. So I was walking down the street the other day, and this little dog was walking towards me. And the little dog had a little owner. And the little dog was wearing a mask. And I thought, this is fucked. Between the two of them, couldn't they decided that little mask didn't go with his little vest? And it was throwing off his little ensemble sweater. He's dragging his little monocle down the street. It's just ridiculous. Fashion sense of dogs. Well, here's a new one. I just was kind of kicking this one around this afternoon, but yeah, just like the other one of the tomato soup, this is based on real accounts of my life. Yeah, I was at this party the other night. A friend thought that I should get out more, so she brought me to this important party. There's going to be important people there. And yeah, I know I'm bad at dating and everything, and I've got a really bad judge of character, but I was having a good time, and this really important person was talking to me, and he's like, hey, why don't we go upstairs? Why don't we go get a drink upstairs? And I'm thinking, ooh, sounds important. So I went up, and yeah, we were really getting along, and we were getting it on. Getting it on. It's a new joke, sorry. Yeah, so getting it on. And then all of a sudden he just stopped and he did this to me. He's like this. He's like pinching my flesh and he's pulling my cheek away, not slapping my ass, but he was kind of feeling it up, my thigh, my back thigh ass. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm out. This kink is not for me. So I left and I wasn't going to go back to the important party. I was just going to go home. And I was driving away and I was thinking, well, maybe that was a little too judgy of you, Tracie. Maybe he didn't want to get on the kinky sex train with you. Maybe he's just, you know, liking your skin, man. Maybe he just liked your skin. Maybe he's got an important taxidermy project coming up. Well, yeah. Okay, physical comedy time. I love cats. And one of my cats, not, you know, that I have 20 or anything, just one of my cats came into the kitchen the other day. And she was just like on full tilt, man. She was running. Here, again, let me do a little for you. She's like, meow, 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 meow. It's faster when she's doing it. Meow, meow, meow. And then she stopped. And I stopped. And I said, Berta, where's the fire? And it was just like, just disgust on my cat's face. And she said, I wasn't doing a fire truck. I was doing a British ambulance. You fucking idiot. Yeah, man. I mean, she's really tense lately. And I think maybe it's just the COVID or something, you know? I mean, God, she's just tense and intense. And I think maybe habitually, has she been changing? I mean, yeah. I go to clip her nails and I get pretty good, except for the pinky nail. And it's actually on the right little kitty paw. And so I think, I'm going to set up the kitty cam, see what's going on here. And what I found out was my little sweet Berta with her head over a mound of cocaine. And she's just packing that fucking little kitty nail. She's packing it. And she brings it up and she goes, meow, meow, meow. All right. What are we at for time there, Grandmaster Time Taker? Yeah. What? Is that 2 minutes left? Okay. Sure. 2.5. Okay. This one's, yeah, 3. Dink. Okay, I'll try this one. Has anybody else been fascinated with the ass sniffing of cats and dogs? Yes. Me too. It's all right. And I looked it up, and that's how they, the proprioception of their surroundings. They take all the information in that they need from us, trees, everything, by just a little whiff of an asshole. And well, yeah, how do you think that would look, right? I mean, you come up to a stray cat and you're like, yeah, a little tail starts going. Maybe the dialogue would be like, you, me, let's go to that kitty rave on Friday. Or maybe it'd be like this, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You and me, I think we're soulmates. We should get meowied. Bad. Yeah. Or maybe it'd just be like this, you know? Oh, that cat right there is an asshole. That's all I'm getting is asshole. If it was only that easy with men, huh? I'd save a lot of time. Not saying I'd do it. I'm just saying I'd save. All right. Well, that's good for me, y'all. Thanks so much.
Closes Tracie Rademacher! Tracie! First time at the Monday Night Comedy Show. I had to phonetically spell her name, as I do with a lot of people. Rademacher. Otherwise, I would have completely butchered it. So if you'd like to perform at the Monday Night Comedy Show and you have a weird last name that's hard for people to pronounce, I'm going to do right by you by doing the research, the footwork needed. I'm like the kid with a research paper that does the research with the
Like Encyclopedia Brown?
I'm Encyclopedia Brown. No. Is that the one that solves crime but he's on drugs?
That's Sherlock Holmes.
Encyclopedia Brown? Sherlock Holmes is on drugs.
Yeah, on drugs.
Hardy Boys. Clearly. Come on now. They're on drugs. No. What are Nancy Drew? Not on. No.
Probably not on drugs.
Probably not on drugs. I don't want to start any rumors, but Franklin W. Dixon, the pen name for whoever wrote the Hardy Boys, on drugs. Anyway, have I mentioned Halloween? It's coming up soon. October 26th, right? October 26th is that October 26th is our Halloween show. We have started booking it now because Halloween is the most important day of the year for me, except for my birthday, which is July 10th. I was born at 11/11 on July 10th. July 10th, if everybody was to get out their 2021 day planner, like I do, and turn to July 2021 and mark. We're just going to go here. Oh, it doesn't go. Okay, so it stops in late June. So get out your day planner for 2021. Mark July 10th. And while you're at it, mark October 31st as the two most important days of the year. Be with your family. Be with people you care about. And dress up as a sexy zombie or something to honor me on my birthday. That does it for our show. I'm just kidding. We have two more performers, folks, and then another video. So clearly I'm having an off night tonight, but that's okay. The comics are doing just fine. Really nothing? Seriously? Thanks, everybody. All right. Okay, so my studio has failed me, even though they're supposed to support me in everything, every choice that I do. It's okay. It's okay. Our next no, it's too late now. I'm muting your mics. I'm muting your mics because you're dead to me. No, we have one more streaming and comic from New York, and we have Trevor Lee on deck here in studio at Nanotako Studios in North Minneapolis, and then we got episode 4 from Right Culture, which is also Vein Mainstream. If you haven't seen these videos, they're getting darker and darker and darker. But they're getting more and more poignant as we get closer to the election. It's outstanding social commentary on the world today, especially the United States today in its sad state. But enough of that soapbox. But I want to introduce our next performer. She lives in New York, and I may never meet her in person, even though if I ever travel to New York, I might ask to sleep in her guest room because she is so cool and one of the funniest people we've had streaming in during the COVID epidemic. or the pandemic rather. She's done several weeks, and we're going to do several more. I hope that we can do a GoFundMe to pay for a plane ticket for her to visit the Twin Cities so we can actually meet in person and see her perform. But until then, we have to deal with her doing a performance from her living room in New York. Folks, everybody start freaking out. Everybody in the studio, every single person. Everybody, that's right. Everybody on the internet, start freaking out. It's CECE. Yes.
Yes. You'll meet me. I'll come. I just got a car, PS. So I'm going to start touring. Let me tell you, let me set the stage for you people today. I'm a teacher. So CC HEXE is not my real name. It is a stage name because I'm a teacher, because who wouldn't want this shaping young minds? But let me set the stage for you this eve. I started working today at 8 in the morning. I had my most recent meal at 7 a.m. in the morning. I have had a 6-pack of Modelo, and I'm feeling loose. So, let me tell you about why I have a stage name and why but you know what? It's fucked up that I have a stage name because I love teaching. Teaching is an incredibly rewarding job, and the most rewarding thing about it is that you can do it so high. I mean, they haven't a clue. No, but let me tell you. So I usually teach like older kids. I teach how to write essays and stuff. But I kind of have bluffed my way into a couple of jobs teaching babies, where I'm just hoping that like babies are so dumb that they won't be able to realize that I haven't actually taught them anything. Where I can just it's age appropriate that they're idiots. It's not my failure. But so what is it? So I started a job today, and I wanted to make them do the work, and they're incredibly spoiled kids, like the kind of kids you could get away with paying teachers so much less if we were allowed to hit the children. Like I might almost do it for the sheer thrill of hitting a child. I might teach. But so here's the thing. I am a good teacher despite my tendencies to desire this. I would have been the best teacher like in England. I would have gotten to them, and I would have gotten to them. Anyway, so this little girl, I'm asking her, she's like running around. She's like walking on this glass dining room table. And I'm just like, please get off the table. I'm not insured for this. And she says to me, "You're a poop." And I just look right back and I said, "You're a poop." And that's simultaneously why I'm a good teacher and I'm a bad teacher, is that I am just a big kid. And then the first time I taught little kids, I'm looking down to look at my notes and also to love at my beer. The first time I taught kids, I was living in Germany, and I was teaching English as a foreign language. And I'll tell you about my favorite student of all time. Her name was Lisa. And Lisa learned no English, but Lisa was with me. We were singing "I'm a Little Teapot." She'd be like, goodbye, you got rugged. It wasn't English, but it was good classwork, and I gave her plenty of stickers. And we're playing this game this one time where I forgot to set my fucking clock. My alarm is set for 10 minutes, and then I didn't press start, or I missed start. I hope someone was paying a fucking attention to this.
You know better than that. No one's paying attention to the time.
I'll do 5 more minutes. How about that, folks? I'll split the difference. All right, so Lisa, this little bitch. Here's the thing. I'm listening from Lisa for a moment. For a second, I thought, okay, I'll get an actual degree in teaching so that I can get a job at a school and I don't have to bluff my way into these tutoring jobs that I am unqualified for. So I go to do this thing called the New York Teaching Fellows, which is like this program where you work and you get your master's degree at the same time. And all they were talking about is how every kid has potential, and false. They don't. A lot of them do, but not all of them. There's this kid I've got, fucking Lev. We're using real names tonight. I hate this little piece of shit. We're starting, so he's really struggling. And I go on my first session, I was like, okay, buddy, we're gonna do this. Writing is not a big deal. We're totally gonna be able to do this. You're a smart guy. We're gonna nail it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all the typing so that all you have to do is come up with the ideas and you don't have to worry about typing. Typing is on me, okay? How fast can you type? Faster than you retarded piece of shit.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you're not supposed to say. I told you I'm loose, but he was be like, you are with me because you are not good at school. You listen. I say I'm helping you. You pay attention. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So all of the Zoom lessons, look how my beer is so nearby. Look. I wait for the fifth graders to go look down at their keyboard. That is a great sentence, dude. Good job. Where's the verb? Can you find the verb? That's all that I did. And I'm also tonight, like I said, I worked all day. And I'm just working on my set while they're trying to learn. I'm like, let's make this me being a professional getting paid to work on my comedy and not me getting paid to be a smarter child. I was like, no, I think I'll tell the Lisa story up top. Oh no, that's right. I always end with Lisa. Lisa's my closer, and I've got 2 minutes left, and that's perfect. All right, let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa is the greatest student I have ever had. And I told you about I'm a Little Teapot, and now we bring it back to where we were. So Lisa, I stopped trying to teach her English. I'm living in Germany. We are playing this game where I'm teaching them the difference between please and you're welcome. It's the same word in German. It's stupid. All languages other than English are stupid, and I don't care who hears me say that. Cultures, all beautiful. Languages, anyway. So it gets so the whole class has please, right? The whole class is playing the game, saying please, please, please. And everyone but Lisa has you're welcome. And when it gets to Lisa's turn, Lisa just keeps saying, I'm mocha. And care. Like I said, I'm not a good teacher and I don't care. I'm not really trying to teach her English anymore. And I don't start really paying attention until the rest of the kids start being like, yeah, mocha. Right? I'm hearing a mocha. People are saying a mocha. We're going with a mocha. And I realized that this is how anti-vaxxers get started. If there is no other message that you take from me this evening, you know that thought experiment about how would you kill baby Hitler? Because we might have another chance. Lisa is too influential with her misinformation. Lisa must be stopped. Thank you very much.
Woo! CECE! Drink it. Look at it there. CECE!
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Oh, you had some great comments during your set, CC, and there's a lot of LOLs, but in our private chat where we talk about our most private thoughts amongst the producers and comics, we didn't talk. Michael SHAEFFER, all the way in Fairbanks, is also a teacher, just like you. And
better than me, probably.
He's just like you, just like you. But he wanted to shout out to the fellow teacher, and I thought that was cool because we're also getting a lot of troll things from Mercy Victor, Escalator to Hell, whatever. What else? Metal. And what other things does he say? Well, he says lots of other things that none of it makes sense. But the only thing that makes sense is that you are always welcome at the Monday Night Comedy Show every fucking time you want to. So don't make me reach out. You reach out.
Oh, thank you so much.
Or actually, you reach out to May and Ronnie because they're technically in charge.
I will. I gotta go. I gotta go eat something, or I'm gonna
Please go eat some pasta.
Right.
What's going up here?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Drink some water. For every sip of beer, have water. We love you. Thank you so much. Everybody that has performed tonight has done an outstanding job, and I am super impressed that people continually say yes to either when Kruger, or when May or Ronnie ask them, you want to do the Monday? And like the 9 times out of 10, the answer is always yes. And the 10th one is always either like a hell yes or how much will you pay me? And you know, what people get paid on the show is dependent on you. We have had a few donations, and we really do appreciate it via Venmo. But if you are independently wealthy, say you invented Velcro and you decided to sponsor a comedy show that's been going on for 13 years in the Twin Cities, why not throw some, throw some coin to your Witcher? We are your Witcher of comedy, and everybody got that pop culture reference, right?
Yeah. No, they're the Valley of Plenty. We're the Witcher.
Wow, you know all the lyrics and.
Yeah, I tend to know lyrics.
What is a metaphor? Excellent. So, not all hope is not lost on me. Our next. Sorry. This isn't just Mountain Dew. Okay. Oh my God! Look. We have a green screen. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's essence of Monday.
This is like discovering science when you're really stoned. Wow. Science. Ghost pop. What? We could do this for 4 more hours, folks, but we're not going to. We're going to move on to our next comment. I'm going to take a sip. You look weird. I look like Brian.
Doing the ghost.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice. Meanwhile, your next comic is our final live performer here in studio at nanotakostudios.com in North Minneapolis. Now, that being said, he and I share a similar fate where he has a mustache, and also I do. I'm kind of drunk, guys, so I'm just gonna shoot it over. I'm just drinking my Ghost Pop.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Ghost Fuel, can you give the name of this comic?
Can you? I don't know. I should really get rid of it just says do.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Yeah. So this has been a 5-hour long show, and I apologize. It's all me. I've been day drinking. Yeah. Guys, your final comic of the night, from 592 shows. 592 shows.
592 comics.
Shh. We've had well over 1,000. You know.
Andrew's on fire! Oh my God!
This is the last night I'll be hosting because they're gonna fire me. Somehow tonight the Monday Night Comedy Show is gonna go public and they're gonna buy out all my stock, and I'm gonna be left with nothing. It's gonna be exactly like the plot of that movie where they do that. I keep looking. Shut up. You know what? I'm trying to find a segue. Why don't you guys play Enya whenever I need you to?
I can't do it.
Trevor Lee, ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Lee.
All right, yes. God, thank God Andy Brindleson is making it feel like we're still at the fucking Spring Street Tavern doing the same old fucking Monday Night Comedy Show. Right. You guys, I've been feeling pretty bad lately. I think I might have something to do with the shit that's happened. At first I thought it was just me, you know? Like 2019, I got divorced. And by the end of the year, I said, okay, nothing worse can happen. 2020 comes around, January 2020, I say, after I almost die, okay, this is the worst that's going to happen. Nobody else is going to be affected by this. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I'm hopeful from here on out. Like, 2021 is going to be a banger, okay? And you can trust it because my words apparently have power. And fuck. I don't know about you guys, but normal social media has been really fucking with me lately. You know, it's really getting to me. I can't go on Instagram. I can't go on Facebook. What I'm really missing is less words, more face-to-face contact, you know, more head-to-head. So I got back into going on chat roulette recently, you know? Yeah. So I was on chat roulette the other night. You know, I was jacking off to guys who are jacking off to me. And this old crotchety lady comes up to me and she starts shaking me. And she says, "What on earth do you think you're doing?" She's just screaming at me. I'm like, "Lady, calm down. This is a public library. People are trying to read in here, you know?" Like 2020 has been insane. Like I don't get it. But yeah, I know. You look at me here, oh, this guy's divorced. That makes sense. What, he's 45? Yeah, and then you find out I'm 30, and it's like, shit, you're a fuck up, aren't you, buddy? Right? But I am. I'm a divorced man. It's an awkward thing to try to explain to your peers when you're this young and you've gotten divorced already, right? I mean, it's one of those things. You have to find the words to explain it to people. You have to break it down for them. So I looked up the etymology of the word. You know, I looked up what does it actually mean in its original sense. It's a Greek phrase. It's a full phrase. It's 2 words, actually. The first part is die, which means losing half of. The second part of the phrase is vorche, which means actually it's all your shit, bud. Sorry. It's all gone. Everything except for the 4K TV. Which honestly, between the house and the relationship and the dog and the furniture, I'm glad I got the 4K TV. It's a smart TV. You can do anything. You can escape any stress with a 4K TV. You watch a nature documentary, all of a sudden you're in America, living with the sloths. You want to play a video game? Oh my God, I am an assassin now. I'm stabbing people in the neck. I'm not saying I want to kill people. I'm just, whatever. It would be nice every now and then. But it's a smart TV too. And the resolution of porn has gotten really good, and you can find it on a 50-inch 4K TV. All I'm saying right now is that a 4K TV is the only way you can see a butthole up that close without getting pink eye, you guys. Okay? Just saying, like, I mean, maybe some of you have better contacts than me, but a lot of people get edgy when you talk about that kind of stuff, right? Porn's a bad word. I don't know why it's a bad word. I always thought porn was the secret to how to live a happy relationship, says the divorce guy. But here's the thing. Let me sell you on it, because it's not like I got divorced overnight, right? I learned the tactics. We all did the things with the tools we had. She says, no, I don't want to have butt sex tonight. Do you beg until you have butt sex? No. You go to the bathroom and you look it up on Pornhub and you jerk off to butt sex porn. There's some kinky shit you never want to bring up, like nipple clamps, like foot jobs, like missionary position. Go find it on Pornhub. And here's the thing. Every relationship that's going to last has to be open about your desires, right? The things you want are the things you should talk about. But I'll be damned if I'm ever going to let my significant other walk in on me getting spit roasted by two hunky dudes. You know, like, I'm just saying. But Pornhub lets you do it, right? You know, that joke, I'm not just saying that to be funny, because I am a bisexual man. For those of you who don't really understand what that means, you know, it's not a thing about choosing sides. What bisexual actually means is that men and women are both equally attracted to me because of the mustache. Like, Thank you. I don't even know what color that is on the pride flag. Anyways. Like, yeah, it's not like super gay, you know, like people are like, you're acting so gay right now. And I'm like, well, I'm acting a little gay. Yeah, you know. So I've been doing a lot of research on things I'm curious about. I like to understand people. There's a lot of time to do that right now. I recently became obsessed with looking up things about Siamese twins, conjoined twins, as the appropriate terminology is these days, which that makes sense, right? They're individual people, conjoined twins. It's not like they're two separate entities. But I'm not just looking up conjoined twins. I'm looking up things like, hey, Google, how do conjoined twins fuck? And it's very interesting because I'm not getting the results I expected, right? Again, going back to Pornhub, this series brought to you by Pornhub. You type in conjoined twins. Do you know how many videos you find of conjoined twin porn? None. You have to break up the terms to try to figure out where everything lands. So you type in conjoined. You know what you find? A bunch of women scissor fucking each other. You know what happens when you type in twins? A bunch of women scissor fucking each other. But I looked a little deeper, and it turns out that conjoined twins really do not like to scissor fuck each other. What they do really like is threesomes. Thank you, Kruger. They're also very good at three-legged races. And according to 4chan, if you kill them, it does count as a double homicide. And it does not count as, officer, I just wanted a cool trophy for my monster closet.
Oh,
that's what I deserve, but fuck, you know. I'm not on the forums. I mean, maybe. I don't know. So Viking season is going on again. I don't know if that's going to ruin the mood even more or like heighten it a little bit. We won recently, but I'm not watching it. Feels like you need to be paper thin just to fucking like enjoy the sport these days. That's a really bad cutout of, you know, the stadiums, whatever. Anyways, the thing I hate about NFL football is the Pepsi commercials, right? Why are there Pepsi commercials? Why are they trying to convince us that everybody in the stadium is drinking Pepsi Cola when we know they've been drunk since Tuesday on Budweiser, getting ready to watch their favorite team lose, right? Like, who's on this fucking marketing team thinking they're appealing to people with a soft drink? I've thought about this a lot. I've thought about this so much, and I only have a single conclusion about what is going on with Pepsi commercials and who the fuck is on that marketing team making an official soft drink for the NFL. And it's the Mormons. It's the Mormons from Utah, the only Americans in the fucking country who disdain alcohol in a way that they would be able to make commercials about it. Anyways, hear me out, right? They don't know what it is. They think soft drinks are the same thing as hard drinks. You know, they're confused about it. They probably in high school went to parties where the only thing served was caffeinated beverages. And they'd sneak out. They did it the same way we did, right? They'd get out there. They'd chug Pepsi till 3 a.m. They'd get all shaky. You know, they're not safe to drive. They're on caffeine. They're too tired, but they don't know because it's caffeine and sugar. They're like little kids. It's a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed people fucked up on Pepsi, right? And then they try to sneak home. And they do an okay job. You know, they swerve a little bit like this, more so, you know, with caffeine. But they get home. They think they made it. But lo and behold, someone's waiting at the top of the stairs. And the lights turn on. And it's mom, right? And she's got her arms crossed. She says, I am so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. You were at one of those Pepsi parties, weren't you? Just you wait until your father and your other 3 moms get home. That's all I got for you guys tonight. It's been a joy. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for COVID.
Oh, God, you have our final comic tonight at the 592nd Monday Night Comedy Show here in studio at nanotako studios.com in North Minneapolis. We are going to close out tonight with a video from our friend Vane Mainstream. It is episode 4 of his Right Culture series. We get a new video every week up until the upcoming election, which is November 3rd. If you don't have that, just, you know, with a huge loud klaxon alarm on your phone to either go vote or having voted already. If you have voted already, outstanding job. If you have yet to vote, just make sure you wear a mask and wear gloves or do whatever you have to do to stay safe. But remember, November 3rd, that's D-Day. We are coming.
Vote all D's on D-Day.
Vote yes. Don't vote. What? Wait.
Vote all D's.
Vote all D's
on D-Day.
On D-Day.
Because D-Day is voting day and it's all Democrats. D-Day down the line.
I'm really
D-Day, and you're not.
What about Donald?
Oh,
Donald?
who is disappointed? Who is disappointed?
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That's my fault. Just make sure you vote on November 3rd. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, you're probably not Republican if you're watching this show, and you're certainly not going to be liking this show much after this next video. But remember, it is satire, and it is some of the best satire I have seen in years. Put your hands together, folks, for Vane Mainstream, DIY or Die.
Nobody breaks the rules and doesn't face a consequence. And nobody plays the lose that doesn't get a second chance. And all of the system works in time, but all of us can be first in line. There's nobody working hard enough isn't fine. Ooh yeah, it's really too bad you'll never get your shit together. Oh yeah, so fucking sad you'll never get your shit together. Nothing you truly earn is given by helping hand. Yeah. And nothing that you deserve is taken from a wealthy man. Yeah. There's nobody useless all of the time. There's no good excuse for falling behind. And nobody working hard enough isn't fine. Oh, fine, you know it's fucking fine. Oh yeah, it's really too bad you'll never get your shit together. Oh yeah, so fucking sad you'll never get your shit together. Oh yeah, it's really too bad you'll never get your shit together. Oh yeah, so fucking sad you'll never get your shit together now. It's gonna get easier as you go. Just look at me now. It's gonna get easier when you learn some self-control. Days go by, you don't know why you never get your shit together. Days go by, you don't know why you never get your shit together. Days go by, I don't know why. You never think I'm on your side. We're at war with each other. You ain't no brother of mine. Oh yeah, it's really too bad you'll never get your shit together. Oh yeah, it's so fucking sad you'll never ever get your shit together. Oh yeah, it's really too bad you'll never ever get your shit together. Oh yeah, it's so fucking sad you'll never get your shit together now.
Woo! That was Vain Mainstream with Right Culture, episode 4, DIY or Die. We'll have another video from next week at the Monday Night Comedy Show. Thus ends the Monday Night Comedy Show. Thanks. So, first of all, I want to thank all the performers. Give them a round of applause. All the performers you see tonight. Yes! Yes! And keep that applause going for everybody watching tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause for choosing a safe form of entertainment during this global pandemic. And of course, thank you to our friends here, J Money the motherfucking Hawk, Kakaw. So many of the internet, you are wholeheartely missed, and we can't wait till you join us here in the studio again. Ronnie, we love you too. Thank you for helping booking this show. Special thanks to Mercy, Victor, Kat, Shane, Whitney, Harley, and Jeff. Taco Studios. We can't do this without you. Literally, we'd be sitting in a street in Northeast Minneapolis, twiddling our thumbs, and or broadcasting this from my living room. So
we love being a part of it.
We love being a part of you, and you being okay. That's enough of that. But just one reminder for country music legend Chris Maddox. Available on standuprecords.com or on Apple Music. Anywhere you buy music, you can buy this album. It just came out on October 2nd. That was on Friday. That was Michael Schaeffer's 51st birthday. Woo! Right. There's only one performer left in our virtual studio, and that's Matt Doima. And I just want to thank you, Matt, for sticking with us. Doima! And plug. Look at him with your internet finger, and also listen to the Awful Service podcast. Look it up. Like
Also,
it on Facebook. And
Keller Open Mic in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
What?
I also run the Keller Open Mic in St. Cloud, Minnesota every Wednesday night.
He also runs a Keller Open Mic in St. Cloud.
The Keller Bar, yes, every Wednesday, correct?
Yep, every Wednesday. Sign up at 9, shows at 10.
All right, and the Keller Bar is in St. Cloud, so you gotta plan your night accordingly.
Yeah.
So,
big
but,
night in St. Cloud.
And be sure to wear a mask because they practice social distancing.
We do.
So, excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Matt. We love you, and we'll see you very soon. All right, folks, that does it for the Monday Night Comedy Show. We are going to show some more videos. Stay tuned for classic MNCS. That means a repeat performance from Chris Maddock from the last couple weeks that he was here in studio promoting his album, country music legend Chris Maddock from standuprecords.com. Standuprecords.com. Go visit it. Buy it. $9.99 for the download, and it can be yours. And folks, we had a great night tonight. We might have been overscored by Ghost soda, but it's diet Ghost soda because I'm diabetic. Anyway, folks, don't be diabetic. That's the takeaway for this Monday Night Comedy Show. We'll see you next week. If you want to be a part of it, message the show or go to mncs.cities@gmail.com and send us a message. Subject line, bookings. We love you. Stay awesome. We'll see you next Monday. Be safe. Bye. Crank it up, party people.
Takes a second. Takes a second.
Guess what I don't like? The smell of. Have you ever seen The Exorcist? You know the scene where they walk in the room and she's killed the priest? She's in the corner just rocking on. It's a documentary. The Exorcist. It's about someone who's taken a shit. Now, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter, had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon the two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My father was my uncle 'cause he was... No. I just wrote this one before I came down here. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, that also made him the brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. My father's wife then had a son and kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because she is my wife and my grandmother too. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I am her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband to my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Don't be afraid. Sing along now. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Working the bugs out of that one. Thank you. Thank you. What if?
Well, hello. Nice to see you all. Happy fucking Monday. Just in case you haven't recognized this neighborhood, I wanted you all to know that I've moved in. It's that haunted house, the one with all the vines growing on it. Has that little garage that looks like a trailer. Well, that's where I live. Actually, it's more of a prepper bunker-style basement. But there is a house on top, and it's haunted. Yeah, every night I hear voices, footsteps, and lights get turned on and off. I hear silverware clattering in the drawer all the time. And sometimes a knife or two will end up on the floor. That's not that creepy, really. Yeah. Strangest, scariest, though, maybe even a little sexy experience that I've ever had was the very first night, a few days ago, that I spent in the house. I wasn't even finished moving in. There were Amazon boxes everywhere. I was laying down on an old futon mattress, watching a video on my phone, when suddenly I get these pins and needles. You know that feeling, your feet falling asleep. Except it wasn't on my feet. It felt like fingers giving me a massage. And I almost freaked out. It felt good, so I said, thank you very much, and good night. And then I turned off my light, tried to sleep. Eventually I passed out. And when I woke up, my closet door was open. Survival gear and clothing was on the floor. But other than that, everything was untouched. I guess whoever my unseen roommate is, it just wanted to check out who I was on my first night. At least, you know, can't complain. I'm not entirely alone in this goddamn fucking apocalypse.
I beat China all the time. When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo? When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. The big lie, Obamacare. $5 billion we spent at a website. I hire people. They do a website. It costs me $3. Are you running? Are you not running? I am officially running for President of the United States. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid. I like China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million.
They are safe as long as they are
Somebody
not
from
discovered.
China. They have bridges that make the George Washington Bridge look like small potatoes. I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I'm really rich. I love the Saudis. Many are in this building. Obama, a year ago, Yemen was a great victory. 2 weeks later, the place was blown up. We're dying. We're dying. We need money. Thank you, darling. But Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. We don't need nice. That's true. But actually, I am. I think I am a nice person. We have losers. We have losers. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump. We won't be using a man like Secretary Kerry, goes into a bicycle race at 72 years old and falls and breaks his leg. I won't be doing that. The American dream is dead.
Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered. That is their primary method of survival. Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedated.
The American dream is dead. I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've got one that can see.